This study will support us in undoing our trances, and we will be shown how to go beyond suffering, disease, lack, and rather experience well-being, happiness, and prosperity. So we will be guided to go from fourth dimensional to fifth dimensional experiencing. Ashraf, what is the difference between fourth and fifth dimensional living? And how do we experience fifth dimensional living?
So, a person operating at a level of a beggar or needy or insecure can be termed to be powerless. And when a person is needy, and remember, nobody is really needy, but they believe in need, and so they create themselves to experience themselves as being insecure. Everybody is really secure, but not everybody is experiencing themselves as being secure. So if you experience yourself as insecure, looking to the world for something to make you feel okay, or to make you okay, this is fourth dimensional. Why fourth dimensional? Because time and space is 4D, fourth dimensional. 3 dimensions of space, 1 dimension of time. Space, an object in space has length, breadth, and height, or depth. But it's 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time. So whenever we are identified with anybody or anything, whenever we look at something through a trance, that we say, I need that, and our attention is projected out into this dimension, that is called fourth dimensional living. And in fourth dimensional living, we believe we need something for us to be okay, and so we project power into this dimension, and we do not experience ourselves multidimensionally or fifth dimensionally. So you, as I said in the beginning of this interview, are an electromagnetic creative being. You can be aware of and experience high frequency energies of love, peace, faith, and so on and so forth. But not if you are identified with anything or anybody in time and space. Not if you are attached or reactive to anything or anybody. At the moment you focus on anything or anybody created, and you feel controlled by it or them, and you try to control something created, a thing or a person or an experience, you lock yourself in fourth dimensional living, and you keep yourself from your fifth dimensional nature. So the beggar consciousness, people who believe they need or experience themselves as needy. The addict consciousness, people who believe that they need something to be different or they need to feel different. That is fifth dimensional because they're obsessed with a substance. Typically addicts abuse either substances or drugs or activities, addictive tendencies in some way or another. So when a person is fourth dimensional, they are so absorbed within time and space on people, things, and experiences. But when somebody is fifth dimensional, they are more conscious rather than unconscious and subconscious, and they're more conscious, and they're actually becoming more aware of the beyond time and space. They are experiencing themselves as the imaginal being, the energetic being that they are, not bound by the body, not bound by the mind, and not bound by the emotions. The more you experience yourself as peaceful, at ease, calm, allowing, enjoying, appreciating, valuing, the more you experience yourself as non-needing, not focused in time and space to feel good, but feeling good naturally through the awareness that there is only the one in whose care we are always in, and we are truly cared for, we are truly considered. That's moving into the dimension of fifth dimension, faith. We are moving beyond time and space, and that's why when we operate outside time and space through our energetic being, time and space is influenced by the way in which we operate. So this is why we can have flow rather than force, because we're operating multidimensionally. So again, there are trances that keep us insecure, and when we are in those trances, we're so focused on people, things, and experiences that we believe we need them, experiencing ourselves as needy beggars. In the meantime, we are non-dependent beings. We don't depend on anything or anybody to feel okay. We are sustained and supported in being okay. And we don't experience ourselves as adults, we experience ourselves as addicts because we're trying to avoid feeling bad or trying to feel good, and using or abusing somebody or something to not feel bad and trying to feel good. And we end up deprived, as victims. As all beggars and addicts end up feeling victimized. They feel it's not them, it's somebody else. You see, so the more we carry on needily through life, the more we carry on in a way that is not really supporting natural good feelings, the more we will experience a life of deprivation, the more we will keep ourselves unfulfilled, dissatisfied, displeased, and we'll blame somebody for doing that. We'll try and change the people around us, thinking that they're making us unhappy. If they were not the way they were, if they were different, we wouldn't feel bad. That's what we as victims actually believe. But the victim trance is no different from the addict trance, is no different from the beggar trance, because all these trances are just us so focusing within time and space on people, things and experiences, and thus creating suffering. We create the experience of insecurity, powerlessness, lack, disease, suffering. It's all fourth dimensional. So people who identify fourth dimensionally or live fourth dimensionally, they will have dis-ease, lack, insecurity, poverty. They will experience suffering and the strenuous living of fourth dimension, while people who are operating fifth dimensionally have ease rather than dis-ease, they have security rather than insecurity, they have power rather than powerlessness, they have prosperity rather than poverty and lack. They don't suffer, they actually enjoy, and it's because of the person operating at a fifth dimensional experience. And so that's what we look at in the program, supporting fifth dimensional living. How to live from a perspective of non-neediness, and how to live with choice and inspiration and enthusiasm powerfully, which is everybody's birthright. All human beings, especially adults, above the age of 18, can access their multidimensional selves. And it's just that there's no proper instruction and guidance to support people to do that, so they live their lives feeling the way they felt like in their childhood, needy on the people, things and experiences, dependent or codependent, needing people to need them, or pseudo-independent, just trying to look after themselves, depending on themselves. And they don't know that there's nothing that is needed for us to depend on, because we already are in the care of God. Dependency is an illusion. So as we go through the process, we surrender the illusions of dependency, recognizing that we are non-dependent beings, and that frees us to operate powerfully and relate nurturingly in life, and open up to truly pleasing, satisfying and enjoyable experiences, and to go beyond the beggar, the addict and the victim, to becoming a believer, an adult and a vice. So thank you so much for that question as well.